You're watching Mr. Tony of the Dead, who is very much alive, so go figure. Enjoy!
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Dead here, and I'm about to do another movie review for everybody out there. This one's on a movie called Crimes of Passion. This is from Arrow Video USA, and it's directed by Ken Russell. And in this movie we have Kathleen Turner, Anthony Perkins, John Laughlin, Annie Potts, and Bruce Davison. And what this movie is about, it's about this woman named Joanna, played by Kathleen Turner. Her name is Joanna, and she's a fashion designer by day and prostitute by night. And the company she works for as a fashion designer, the main guy, her boss, kind of thinks she's a spy for another company and is going to give away the secrets and everything. So her boss hires this other guy who does kind of surveillance here and there. It's not like a full-time job or anything, but he needs extra money. So he hires him to follow her around and see if he could find out anything about her, you know, if she's actually a spy or giving away secrets and all that kind of stuff, like I said. And then while he's following her around, discovers that she is this prostitute named China Blue. And she's kind of like a, I mean, she's all about the money. She's all about, you know, just getting the money. That she likes to do it though, because it's like she doesn't have to be herself. She can be anything she wants. She plays a lot of fantasy roles with the men, and she's kind of like she's a very likable person. She's funny. She's to the point. She's a lot of puns in this movie that she says. Like, I never forget a face, especially one I've sat on. It's just like she's a very comical person, but not like extremely, over the top or anything. Kind of a very likable person. Like, I found liking her character like a lot in this movie. But what's going on with after that? Going on further. The guy, John Laughlin's character, is, like I said, he's following her around. He finds out about this stuff, and he starts to kind of fall for her. And he's having trouble at home. His wife is Annie Potts. His wife is played by Annie Potts. She's kind of like, she won't open up to him anymore. They've been married for a while now, and they have 2 kids, and there's like some money problems, which is why he took the job to, surveillance and kind of like to follow her around. And he's just having troubles at home. She, like I said, she's not opening up to him. There's no sex, and then he says even when they do have sex, it's like he doesn't know if she is even like there. She doesn't enjoy it or what's going on. So they're having marriage problems pretty good, and seems like a really nice guy, and he's trying. He's a very comical guy as well. He has a very weird sense of humor, a kind of guy I think I would probably get along with. And she's just not having it, and it's just very strange. And then the whole time that this is going on, there's this. He says he's a priest, and then later on he says a reverend, and he's played by Anthony Perkins, who was, everybody knows probably from Psycho, and he played a great part too. He's kind of like, they say he's a psychopathic druggy kind of character, but he really doesn't, like, you don't see him doing drugs a lot. In the beginning you kind of see him snorting like nasal spray stuff up his nose and that, and he kind of is like a very strange character. He feels that he's there, a messenger from God. He's a messenger from God, and he is there to save Kathleen Turner's character, China Blue. And he's just like, he's crazy, and he has this like weird assortment of things in his bag, like a pacifier with 2 big boobs on it, and amongst other things. But then there's also this really big vibrator that has a very big point on the end. Like, it kind of curves a little bit, but it's pointy, and it looks like metal, and it does vibrate. But he calls it Superman, and he has this fantasy of where he wants to, like, basically kill a prostitute with it. So that's how he thinks he's gonna, like, save them. So that's what this movie is about. It's a very, very strange movie. A lot of neon lights in this movie, like on the street that they're on. It's like, you know, where she works in a hotel that she does all this stuff in. The score to this movie, it's a lot of like I can't say it. Synthesizer. A lot of that stuff. Synthesizer. I can't say it. I really can't say it. A lot of that kind of stuff, like, you know, 80s. There's a lot of weird angles in this movie. A lot of different kind of shots. At times, you almost think it's going to be a musical. Like, they're just going to start singing. But they don't. And there's like a music video that went on MTV in promotion for this movie back in 1984. That's when this came out. And it's just, this movie's like crazy. It's all over the place. And the cover here is kind of like a lot of the colors in this movie. It's just a very cool looking movie. And I didn't know what to think after I first saw this movie. I was like, that was good, you know, not great. And then I start thinking about it more, and it's like, that really was a cool movie. And on the behind the scenes, they talk to the director and everything. And in the booklet in here, it says about how the character for the priest was supposed to be some other kind of character. He was going to be like a guy that watches movies too much. And they kind of think it was, the priest in a way was based off of like his own image of himself, the director. So it's pretty crazy. And like I said, it was a good movie. It was part like drama, thriller, and I'd say even comedy. A little bit of comedy in there. I found myself laughing, and I just didn't want to stop watching it. I thought it was a really good movie. On here also there is the director's cut and the unrated cut. The unrated version of the film. So you have both of those. There's not too much difference. One runtime is 107 minutes, the other one's 112 minutes. And you know, also you get on here, this is a brand new 2K restoration, and I've never seen the original movie to this, but it looked very nice, looked very, very vibrant, and colors were great. Sound matched up perfectly. Had no problem hearing it. Again, I watched with captions just to see. Captions were good. Also on here you have, of course, like, you know, like I said, subtitles. You get audio commentary with the director Ken Russell and producer screenwriter Barry Sandler. You get 7 deleted and extended scenes, and you also get a new interview with Sandler recorded especially for this release, which is about a half hour long, a little bit shorter than a half hour. And there's also interview with the composer Rick Wakeman, and it's recorded especially for this release as well. And it's a Lovely Life music video, which they kind of play a little bit. Like I said, it was to promote this movie back in the day, and they kind of play a little bit of it in the movie, and it's crazy. It's just like a very weird 80s kind of video. It's just very strange, very, very strange. And you get the theatrical trailer, and then of course this has a booklet in here, little booklet, and the reversible art. This is also a slipcover, and then as you can see, there's the Blu-ray. I almost said CD. The Blu-ray in here, and the case, and very nice slipcover. I gotta say, this is probably the nicest feeling slipcover I've ever felt, and this is gonna be a weird way to describe this, but. And everybody I said this to said, yes, that's exactly what I thought too, or that's how I feel it too. It's very smooth. It's almost like silk, but not so silky. It's almost like a flower petal. That's the strange thing. It's like a flower petal. It has a very kind of weird texture to it. It feels really cool, to be honest. But yeah, I just thought this looks really nice, and of course I said it's on the other slipcover, or not slipcover, the other sleeve. So I'll show you that now. And there's a better look at the newer the newer reverse sleeve. The artwork is by Twins of Evil, and I've seen other covers of theirs. This is a very nice, vibrant one. This would probably look pretty cool under a black light. And then the original cover here, which is kind of, plain, just her like that. It almost doesn't even look like Kathleen Turner, and she looked really good in this movie. She doesn't look too good nowadays, but she looked really good in this movie, and her character was really awesome. And but I honestly, I think I like the newer artwork better. The other one's a little too plain. And if you see the movie, these little blocks on the top, they're looking out. That's how they were like kind of looking at this woman who was like the guys that would go in there to pay to check out the girl who's naked dancing. They were like looking through these little holes like that, little like I don't know, viewing ports. I don't know what they're exactly called, but that was a pretty creepy, kind of cool part. And of course you get the spine there, pretty neat. It's the same font, but then you got Kathleen Turner's face from the original cover there, and the newer one there. And then on the inside here, you have the booklet, which is the same as the slip cover and the reversible cover, and the newer artwork anyway. And there's the Blu-ray with a nice kind of, you know, reddish color. And then the DVD is a blue color. It's very simple, but you know what? I kind of like that. I think it looks good. I like the font too. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I really like that. And like I said, here's the booklet. Open it up. You got some pictures. There's the cast and crew and all that, you know, the usual stuff, the contents. That was pretty cool too. He was watching her with that, and it's a, you know, big words up there, Sony, and he was listening to what she was saying, and he was laughing because of what she was saying. That's a pretty weird part right there with her. You can see there's a head down there. It's just like it talks about him, you know, Ken going and trying to find, you know, who he wants for the part, and like they go through the interview with that, like he wanted Raquel Welch, and well, it explains in the movie. But there's there's Superman, and there's Kathleen Turner. Not a big fan of that wig, but she, like I said, she was a really fun character. Filming interview with Ken Russell here, and it, you know, just talks to him obviously, and then you got correspondence, and it's like a letter that he wrote to Kathleen Turner because he wanted to do Alice in Wonderland like 2011. He wanted her, and you know, and then it tells you about the restoration and the production credits and special thanks. And on the back you got Anthony Perkins here. I really did like this edition. I thought this was a fun watch. I really enjoyed the movie. Like I said, the colors, the sound, the dialogue in this, I just enjoyed it all. It was you know, something. It was something else. I never heard of this movie before, so it was nice that, you know, Arrow is putting this out, and you know, it was fun to see. But the one thing I'm not happy with, not that I wish there was more to it, like the special features on here. I wish they could have got to talk to more of the people that in the movie. Like, you got the director, you got the you know, the guy who did all the score in this movie. But I would have loved to have seen them talk to Kathleen Turner. I don't know the reasons why she didn't do anything, or like Annie Potts would have been great to see them interview her, or John Laughlin, and or Bruce Davison, who's kind of, Bruce Davison, when I saw him I knew exactly who it was, but he's kind of the guy, like, everybody knows who he is, they've seen him before, but who is he? He's one of those. And I did meet him before, and he was a really nice guy. But it was just cool to see him in this movie. You know, it was 1984. You could tell it's him, but he's a lot younger, obviously. You know, he's 32 years ago. It was 32 years ago. But, you know, again, great addition. It's definitely not a movie for everybody. It's very, I wouldn't say psychedelic, but it's very, very out there, very kind of trippy at times, but not too extreme. Sometimes those are a little weird. This one, I think it had a nice flow to it, and like I said, the characters were you know, great characters, and very likable people in this movie. You know, even Anthony Perkins' character, you liked him, even though he was kind of pretty much the bad guy in the movie. But yeah, I'd say check this movie out. It was a fun watch, and you know, it's nice to look back and see like some of the things in this movie from the 80s, like the way that the people dressed, and the I don't even know if it was a VHS. I guess it was maybe a beta, but I don't know. It was just cool to see that kind of stuff from back in the day. And you know, again, good movie, and I recommend it. I think it was a great watch. So thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you check out the trailer for this movie at the end of this review, and give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Horrormino. That's everybody. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.